Alright, here. Welcome everyone to the first time ever. This is WWE number 3. It is Sunday, April 3rd, 2016, WrestleMania Sunday. I hope you are all as excited as I am. Yeah, I'm doing it live this week. This is my monthly state of the WWE address, so to speak. And I have quite a few subjects to cover this week, and all are WrestleMania related. I'm going to cover the Shane McMahon Undertaker match, the Roman and Triple H match. Going to go into a little more in depth into it. I'm also going to talk about the brand separation. And this wasn't planned until last night, but I'm also going to go ahead and talk about Sting's retirement. So these are the subjects that I'm going to cover tonight, today. It is noon. Everyone who's going to watch later today, cool. I'd like to thank everyone who watched my Hall of Fame review last night. I've got pretty good numbers for it for this channel. So everyone who went and watched it, thank you, thank you, thank you. I much appreciate it. All right. Before I get into my topics, I do have some announcements that I want to go and take care of to start. First off, for those who have watched the channel, had noticed that maybe for the last few weeks we haven't been able to do videos. Well, that's due to the fact that we've had technical issues. I am not going to get into it on this, but I can tell you that on Friday, me and Wayne are going to do a live channel update. We will be there. We will be live. Time has yet to be determined, but you can join us. We will be discussing what's the future of the channel, and if you are with us, ask us questions, and we will take those. Covered then. Also, with a date yet to be determined, my second announcement. I am going to start a new weekly series, probably at the end of the month when we got the camera situation and everything taken care of. This will also be talked about during the channel update. I'm going to do what I'm going to just simply call Wrestling Classics. I'll cover everything from... I'm having a hard time today. I'll be covering everything from ECW, WCW, the old WWF, to the WWE pay-per-views, the NWA. If it's a classic, I will be talking about it. So, with that being said, also, I did have my road to WrestleMania. I want to continue that. I'm going to continue that. It's not going to be in succession over the next few months. I will finish it out. I have 4 more to go. I really want to go ahead and do those. Let's see. I'm having a hard time today. It's been a long weekend. I'm starting to feel that exhaustion. You know how it goes. Oh! Alright, sorry. Moving around. This whole podcast thing allows me to do things. I don't have to sit in one spot. Also, hasn't yet been confirmed, but I might be adding a person to the channel. That person would be reviewing wrestling with me. He'd be on Raw, pay-per-views, prediction shows. Could possibly be. It's not yet confirmed, but it is something I'm very much looking forward to. He is a friend of mine, and he is as much into wrestling as anyone I know. So that is something that I am hoping does happen. So, last thing. I don't know where I can find it yet, but I'm wanting to start reviewing Lucha Underground. So, if you know where I can see it, I know it's on the El Rey Network, but I don't get it here. If you have a way that's legal that I can see it, so I can start seeing Lucha Underground, I will start reviewing it. It is something that I've seen a lot of on YouTube and clips, and it's something that I would like to do. So, if you know where I can find it, let me know, and I will start reviewing the Lucha Underground shows. Alright, now to my subjects. This is going to be a little more laid back than my usual videos. Like, this is a podcast. This is the first time I've done it, so this is an audio-only version of this. So let's go ahead and start with the brand separate. Well, no. I'm going to go with the Sting thing, because it seems to be the more popular of everyone's weekend. It's the thing that everyone seems to be talking about. Yes, for those who still don't know, last night at the Hall of Fame, Sting got inducted, and he went ahead and he announced his official retirement from the WWE. Rumors have gone around throughout the month about Sting possibly interfering with the Undertaker-Shane McMahon match at WrestleMania, which is tonight. And I'm pretty sure that those rumors can finally be put to bed. Now, for me, when I started watching wrestling at the age of 14 back in 1998, this is a little bit of my background. The first show I watched was a Monday Night Nitro. Sting was not there that night. It was in Atlanta, Georgia. It was the night Goldberg won the championship, but Sting was a part of the Wolf Pack. But Sting was a big part of what got me into wrestling. Him and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I was not one of those people who, I like this one more than I did this one. I liked both shows because I came into it while the Monday Night War was already super white hot. Now, I do remember seeing like Hulk Hogan and stuff as a kid with my aunt, which she'd get the VHSs, of the old Monday or the old main event shows and stuff like that. So when I started watching it, and actually really getting into it, Sting was a big part of that. Sting winning the World Heavyweight title. So I'd go to my local video store. I'd go back and I got the Super Brawl from '98 when Sting won the title. I watched the old Starrcade. One of my good friends, Jeff, he used to record all the shows, so I'd see Bash at the Beach and Road Wild and all those shows. And I just remember the character of Sting was such an interesting character to me. And his enthusiasm, his energy that he always gave. So when the company got bought out by WWE and Vince McMahon, I remember that night, Sting being in the final match, getting to face Ric Flair again, and having been able to go back, and I even got this Sting VHS, so I saw a lot of Sting's older matches from the NWA or an early WCW. So it was a special thing to me to see that, and I already kind of knew that WWE, I didn't know the backstage works of wrestling at that time. So for me, what I saw was believable. I knew that wrestling was pre-planned. Of course, I wasn't dumb. I was still a teenager, but just Sting helped me capture my love. So I wanted to see Sting come into the WWE, and it never happened. I thought maybe. So I didn't know what happened to Sting. Fast forward 8 years later, I finally heard about TNA, and that's where I found Sting to be. Now, WWE, of course, they're going to gloss over what happens with Sting in there because it's competition. They, of course, talk about WCW because they bought it out, but Sting's time in TNA was, I would say, was good for him. To the WWE, Sting just disappeared for 10 years. No one knows what happened to him, But, man, Sting was such an influential person, an influential character for me when I was growing up in wrestling. And even when he finally got to WWE, I marked out. I'm not going to lie. I was so happy to see Sting in the WWE. Had he never came, okay, that'd been fine. I'm a little disappointed in how the character was used. He came basically to do a job. Vince McMahon can't, even though he won, seems like he couldn't just let go of the fact that he won. He won, and he still couldn't just let it go. So he used Sting as that, remember, I beat the WCW. Don't forget that. And then he fell to, Seth Rollins. Unfortunately for him, Seth Rollins, with no intent, he did get hurt in that match. But we got Sting in the WWE for at least a year, and I'm grateful for that year that we had him there. I'm grateful for everything Sting did in the world of professional wrestling. Um, I think Wayne wants to say a little something about the Sting um, injury, about Sting retiring. Let me see. He's outside. Hey, Wayne, do you want to go talk real quick about Sting before I change subjects? All right, he's going to talk real quick. He was outside because I'm recording. So I'm going to pass over the mic to Wayne. He's going to give his 2 cents on Sting and his retirement and what he knows of Sting's career. All right, so here is Wayne.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Wayne. Of course, Zakk already told you that. But it's actually, I really seeing wrestlers retire and hearing about it or watching it or whatever. But I grew up watching Sting, even though it wasn't allowed in my parents' house. But I did like watching Sting. I like the whole persona that he took on and put on for everyone. He's a crowd pleaser, even if he was a bad guy. But it is actually really, really sad to actually hear him retire, and we'll see him again, just not fighting or anything like that. But whenever that day comes, I'm pretty sure me and a lot of other people are going to be really, really excited to see him. But yeah, that's my 2 cents about Sting. Hope to see him again someday. But here's Zakk.
All right, thank you, Wayne, for dropping in and giving your 2 cents. And yeah, I'm with Wayne. I do believe we will see Sting again in the WWE. He's a Hall of Famer now, so we'll see him in storylines and in angles, but we just know it's not going to be an active in-ring role. And as I stated last night, anyone who thinks he's going to wrestle again is just asinine. The man got hurt. You could tell he didn't want to do the retirement, but I think he's at peace with what he did and what he's accomplished in his career. So, it's going to be sad to see him go, but like he said, this isn't goodbye, this is just see you later. All right, on to I wanted to talk about Sting just to get my feelings out. And again, I'm watching I'm looking at the numbers for my Hall of Fame review last night, and good numbers coming in. Again, thank you all for watching that. Thank you for anyone who's watching right now. Leave your feelings about Sting in the comments. I'll be glad to see what you have to say. Sting, meant a lot to a lot of people. But I'm going to move on. We're going to talk about the possible brand separation. This is a rumor that's been going around for a long time. I've been waiting, not going to really know what's going to happen tonight until tonight. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to talk a little bit about it. The rumor is that Shane McMahon is going to win at WrestleMania. Means unknown. But that after he wins, he is going to start a brand separation within the month. I don't know what everyone's personal opinion is on that, and everyone has the rights to their opinion. Personally, I don't think it's the right time for a brand separation. I wouldn't be opposed if it were. I would take it as it is. I thought when the first separation happened, it was nice. It was different. But with the thin roster and the fact that it's so hard for WWE to book Raw and SmackDown as it is, how are they going to do it with a thin roster? They already got 30 writers. What are they going to do? Split? But the rumor is Shane is going to be on Raw. Triple H and Stephanie will be SmackDown. That this is going to be a way for Triple H and Stephanie to prove that they can run the company. People are saying Shane's going to become an executive again. I don't know what's going to happen. You could take it with a grain of salt. I don't know if this is going to happen. If it does, it does, like I said. But here we're going to talk about what's the pros and what's the cons. The pros, yes, mid-card talent get a chance for a better push, probably most likely on SmackDown. Raw will have a lot of the big names, all the mid-card guys, so you'll see them get a push. That is definitely a plus. Another plus is you'll have more room for creativity. You'll get to see things you've not seen yet. Honestly, though, that's the two things that I can honestly say would be the pros for this. The cons, who you going to have? Who's going to be on what roster? Have you thought this through enough to build up good storylines? Because there are pictures that are out there of new art design, new logo designs for Raw and SmackDown, with certain superstars on this one and certain superstars on that one. John Cena would be Raw, Roman Reigns would be SmackDown. Are they gonna? Another con would be if they have two world champions, they have to create more titles because the titles as they stand have a lot of gravitas and a lot of meaning as it is. So if they go ahead and they throw in more people and more titles, then they're just going to lose their luster even more. And is that what you do? You add more titles? I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. That is definitely I don't know. I'm not a big proponent of it. I really not. It's something I'm not wanting to stick on for too long. You know, another reason that I'm not sure if it will happen. Brendan back on. Let's see. If Shane McMahon wins, he will abuse his power over the WWE. And you know what, Brendan? That is a big possibility, man.
No, I think he was actually purposely spelling Shane like that as She McMahon.
I understand what he's saying. Hey, man, I was trying to find you on Twitter yesterday, and I found about 6 Brendan Jacksons, so I need your actual Twitter handle, your full one, man. I'll tell you what, just go ahead and email that to me, man. It's 2015 at Gmail, man. Go ahead and email me your full Twitter handle. Give me your Facebook or something, man, and we'll exchange it there. Just let me know what your Facebook is, and we'll exchange that way. But yeah, back to this. There's promotional material out there that goes on in May with Triple H and Stephanie being on Raw, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to talk more about the Shane McMahon match here in a second, but like I said with the whole Sting thing, what do you think about Sting retiring? How do you feel about a brand separation? Is it something you'd want to see? I could probably talk for hours about this brand separation. I could talk about pros, the cons, the goods and the bads, and because I lived through the brand separation, and it was a tough time. Do you start adding pay-per-views? Do you keep it and just have them shows? I don't want to see more titles added. I don't want to see more shows added. I actually think we should take the pay-per-views down from 12 a year to maybe 4 or 5 at most. Because I think that would work. Because it works for NXT. Gives them time to build up, and you get something like NXT TakeOver. So that's my opinions. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about this brand separation because it is just a rumor. But it's something I wanted to bring up as a possibility of what could happen in the future. And it does tie into WrestleMania because of the Shane and the Undertaker match.
That and plus you don't have to worry about ramming so many superstar matches down your throat.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys caught that. But yeah, it keeps you from having so many matches. I mean, there's so many problems with the WWE as it sits now. A 3-hour Raw is hard to book. That last hour and a half is always tough to sit through. So if WWE wants to do a brand separation, that's fine. But they need to fix the issues that they have now before they try to do and add more to what's already in front of them. But speaking of the Shane McMahon Undertaker match, which is what this is essentially about, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to jump into that. And what is the impact of this match going to have on the future of the WWE? There is tons of rumors going in and swirling about this match. Who's going to run in? It's almost a guarantee something's going to happen. People also think should it be the main event, and I'm going to touch on all of this. So let's start off. Should this be the main event? Yes. Yes, the WWE Championship should be what's most important on the show, but there are a few times where you have that rare exception, and when you have something like this, where it literally has the fate of the company hanging in the balance, and the fact that you have a main event that most people don't want to see because of who's in it, it would be smart for you as a company to go ahead and you got Hell in a Cell, main event worthy. Undertaker, main event worthy. Company on the line, career on the line for Undertaker, both main event worthy type items. So all logic, should I say, would say we should go ahead and this should be our main event. Send the fans home happy. Will WWE do that? I don't know. I'm not WWE. I'm not Vince McMahon. I can't read their minds. Logic would say they should.
If you were Vince McMahon, you would actually set up matches that people would actually
enjoy. You guys will see the match setting up here very soon. This week I'm going to be doing my own WWE universe. I'm going to actually start with WrestleMania season. I'm going to go ahead and get a Royal Rumble winner. I'm going to set up my own WrestleMania, and I'm going to show you my build to WrestleMania and explain it that way. I'll announce when that first video will go up tonight after the review. But back to the subject. It should be the main event. And start smart, they would do that, and that would be what they would go with. But we'll have to wait. We'll have to see if they do that. Now as to the rumors. We know there's going to be a big spot. Everyone who's seen a Shane McMahon match knows Shane is crazy. And Shane will put his body on the just to give the fans something to cheer for. I mean, Kurt Angle versus he went through glass tables. When he faced Steve Blackman, he fell backwards off of the Titantron. He did a gigantic elbow drop on Judgment Day in 2000. I mean, the man does crazy things. And yes, he's an older guy. He's 47 years old, but dude, if you've seen him doing those workouts on Instagram and Twitter, if you saw him on Raw when he lifted his shirt, he's just ripped. Dude's probably in the best shape I've ever seen Shane McMahon. And it's just an age. I mean, look at what Shawn Michaels was doing at the age of 45, 46, before his retirement. The Undertaker, 1 years old, is still doing pretty dang good. You know, age isn't something I think that should be an issue. It's about your mobility, about what you do to keep your body in shape and keep it to where you're doing things. But so I don't think that'll be an issue. I think we will see Shane McMahon do something. I think we will see a couple big spots in this match. The rumors are John Cena could interfere. Goldberg could come back and interfere. Stone Cold Steve Austin could show up. There's even rumors of Finn Balor and the Bulletproof Balor Club coming in and interfering. Okay. This is my opinion. The Balor Club, the Bulletproof, whatever they're going to call them, you know, I think you should hold off and do that for Raw. Bring those guys out. Especially if you're not going to bring Finn Balor up to the main roster because he's still the NXT champion. Excuse me, I got heartburn. That should be something that you should hold off on. Now, I don't know if Goldberg's going to come back. The rumor is John Cena's been cleared, so he might come in to help set up help Shane McMahon win so he can set up a WrestleMania 33 match with The Undertaker. But how are you going to do that if this is supposed to be Undertaker's last WrestleMania? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. If Shane McMahon is to win this match, someone is going to interfere. Because on paper, storyline-wise, I don't think Shane McMahon can beat The Undertaker on his own. To Brendan Jackson's point, Shane McMahon could end up abusing his power. We know that it's not going to be legit. It's going to be an on-screen role. He may, have some talk in the back as far as an executive, but it's going to be very limited. But it will make things fresh. Who do you think's going to interfere in this match? There's even talk that Shawn Michaels might interfere in the match. Shawn Michaels is going to be there. Austin will be there. Foley's going to be there. All these guys are going to be there. Could it be someone that we aren't even thinking about that could show up? I mean, it could be any number of possibilities, and it does make it for compelling television, makes it interesting to see what's going to happen. It gets me excited for something that I'm not super excited to start with. But it's going to help. And what does this mean for the future of the WWE? Well, if Shane McMahon does win, we will see something a little more exciting on television. They get to reset the button. You'll have Shane McMahon. It could mean a lot of different things. Seeing Shane McMahon as the on-air guy in charge would be a nice change. You could see new people put in new positions. It could be any number of possibilities. It's just exciting, or not inciting, but exciting, the possibilities, the thoughts. Everything could happen. Now, if he loses, well, we end up getting the same old, same old. Does Shane still stay on TV, but just doesn't have that role? Does he find another way? Who knows? The only way to know is if you go and you watch WrestleMania tonight. I am going to watch WrestleMania with trepidation because I don't know if WWE can live up to what we saw at NXT TakeOver Dallas. I will refer to that a lot because that is one of the best wrestling shows I've ever seen. From opening tap to the last bell. It was such an amazing show. So, I know this match has the possibility of stealing the show. I'm obviously looking forward to most is the Sasha, Becky, Charlotte match. But that's just me. What match are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think's going to happen in this match. Who you think might interfere. Let me know all that stuff. I want to know what you all have to say. Thank you again to everyone who's watching this video. It's WrestleMania weekend, people. We got to be excited. But there's also reason for pause. As a man who's wiser than I am once said, okay, let me give you a reason to pause. Cause for pause. Roman Reigns versus Triple H for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship is the proposed main event for WrestleMania. It is the advertised main event for WrestleMania. If you're a Roman Reigns fan, I have nothing against Roman Reigns personally. What I do have a problem with is the push, this massive push that he's been given. And the fact that WWE doesn't seem to realize that he's not the fans want. There are probably 5 or 6 people, Dean Ambrose being one of them, Dolph Ziggler being one of them, that they would much rather see in this position. Kevin Owens, they'd like to see Finn Balor get brought up and be put in this position. At this point, I would take John Cena over Roman Reigns, and I am not. Let me repeat, I am not a John Cena fan. I have not been since his Doctor of Thugonomics. Once he went the American Boy Scout route, I lost John Cena because he never turned heel. He never changed anything up. So I'm not a fan of John Cena. But the work he did last year with the United States Championship, the fact that this last year is probably the best year he's ever had in the ring, with the talent that he fought, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins and Del Rio, he had the best year of his career, in my opinion, and many others, as a matter of fact. And I could see the hate coming at me now. Oh, you're a John Cena lover. Whatever, your opinion. I am not a John Cena lover.
You know who I'd rather see? Randy Orton.
It's just, at this point, WWE is so hell-bent on seeing Roman Reigns be the face of the company, to be a face in the ring, and to be the champion. The man's about to become a 3-time world champion in 6 months' time. What does that say? He's a paper champion. That's what it says. WWE is desperate. They've used Vince McMahon. They're using Triple H. They've tried using everyone to get him over. It's The Rock, but it's not going to happen. And now they got Triple H on the biggest stage of them all. I have zero problem with Triple H being the WWE champion. I have no problem. I actually kind of had a bit of a nostalgic moment, a little bit of a mark moment, when Triple H won the title at the Rumble. I enjoyed that. But I knew that it was leading to a Roman Triple H one-on-one match. And that I'm just not. Now they've changed it to where he's coming through the entranceway rather than the crowd because they're afraid it's going to happen. There's rumors of the riot that's going to happen where people are going to walk out on the main event if this does indeed go last and leave them in an empty building. Who knows what's going to happen tonight? I can tell you this, when he comes out, he's going to get ate alive. He's going to have garbage him in ways that they can't. They've tried to protect him by keeping him out of some of these towns in the last 6 weeks. But WWE, clock's counting down, man. You're going to be stuck with seeing Roman having to just deal with this. And if I was Roman Reigns, I'd go to Vince McMahon. I'd be like, hey, man, this isn't working. We need to do something different. Stone Cold Steve Austin has said they need to do something different. Other Hall of Famers, Rikishi and others, have said, hey, he needs to be a heel. You know, every great star was a heel. Even the great Hulk Hogan. Say what you want about him personally. Even he turned heel because he knew it was time. Again, I have no issue with Roman Reigns as an individual. I'm sure he's a great guy. But as far as his character goes, it's time to do something different. It's time to take him and flip everything on its head. And you've had chances at Survivor Series. You had a chance at the Rumble. You had a chance at Fastlane. This is your last chance to do something, to at least plant the seeds of this heel turn. And you don't have to have him attack The Rock. You don't have to have him attack Dean Ambrose. All you have to do is take the fact that the fans have booed him no matter what he's done and have him say something about it. That's all it takes. It's just have him say, you all keep booing me. I've busted my ass for you. I've done everything I can for you, yet you still boo me. Well, you know what? F you. And that's all. He's going to get a net. The people want to boo him. At least then you're given a for him to be booed. Now, and that's all it's going to take. But will WWE pull the trigger, or will Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn remain stubborn and keep him as a face? I don't know. Most likely, they'll keep him as a face. I would love it. The thought of him, with the rumor of him being turned heel, sounds too good to be true to me. And I'm super excited about it, which means it probably won't happen. That's just my luck. But who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky and they will turn him. We'll just have to wait and see tonight. Now, what is the match itself? What does it look like it's going to go? How does it look like it will go, should I say? I think it will be a good match. I don't see Triple H showing up at WrestleMania and having a bad match, even at the age of 46. The build-up, I'll talk about the build-up in a second. Roman, I know, is going to come out and perform, because he's not a bad wrestler. He could probably work on doing a few things differently. He sells good, though. I mean, I can give him that. But the match itself will be good. Now, real quick, I want to talk about the build-up. Well, I guess there'd have to actually be a build-up to actually talk about it. um, okay, outside of Roman get beat up and bloodied, that was a good way to start it. But then you didn't see Roman for about 3 weeks. Then he came back and beat up Triple H, and then Triple H hid, and then Roman talked a lot of crap, and Triple H talked crap. There was something I saw when I was watching YouTube the other day, and I was watching Triple H working out, getting ready for this match. If they would have done things like that, even throughout this 6-week period, watching these guys prepare for this match, it's a better build than what they gave us. Yeah, seeing Triple H beat the hell out of Roman and bloody him up was cool. But with Roman being out for those many weeks, could have showed his recovery. Him, oh, you know what? I'm not going to take this lying down. I might be hurt, but I'm still going to get ready for this match. And just seeing him in the gym, working out, talking about the match, talking about what he's going to do and how he's going to persevere, would have been a good build. Would have changed people's opinions about him? Probably not. But at least then you would have had him on TV. He wouldn't have been stuck in the cities like WWE didn't want him to be. And you still could have had him as a presence. Instead, you had Dean Ambrose coming out there, and you started that whole angle, which really helped detract from the Roman angle and made people care about it even less than they already did. So that was just, something. Because I saw Triple H in there. He was doing, this might be unconventional. I'm 46 years old. I'm in the best shape of my life. And if Roman thinks that he's going to step in the ring with some guy in a suit who was, a has-been or whatever, well, he's dead wrong. He says, I used to be the past, but maybe now I'm the future. That was the best piece of promotion I've seen for this. And it was on YouTube as a snippet. Stuff like that would have been good. It would have been similar to when The Rock and Brock faced each other at SummerSlam in 2002. You could have... Alright, yeah, you know what, man? Brendan, I see you're talking about the Divas Championship. I am also looking forward to that. That is the match I want to see the most at this pay-per-view. And I hope that match delivers. But again, the build for this was just crappy. It was the worst build I've ever seen. If they could have done that, it would have been good, because Triple H is part-time. He's not going to be in the ring every night performing to help carry this feud. You didn't even see him on TV that much. This Triple H is getting ready. Roman's getting ready. They're in the gym. They're getting at it. And they're just talking. I'm going to do this. It'd also be very similar to Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart at WrestleMania 12. How you saw them preparing for this match, preparing for this war they were about to go to. And it's so simplified, WWE. So simplified. But let me think about this Triple H Roman Reigns match. Should Roman be heel? I've already predicted Roman's going to win, because WWE's made its predictable Mania. And I am going to start the hashtag tonight, Roman turn heel. I contribute that to Brendan as well. Thank you, brother, for coming on here and giving your 2 cents. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. You can like us, follow us on Facebook at Yo Bros Gaming and Reviews on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter, YoBroGaming1. Join us tonight. Shortly after WrestleMania goes off the air, we will be going live doing our review and results. We're going to have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about everything that happened tonight. Tomorrow, I have 3 videos go. We will talk about those tonight whenever we're live, and we'll give you that. And don't forget, we have a challenge. Wayne laid it out. We're going to have to respond to that challenge. So I'm hoping my picks come true. This is about the only time I actually want to see Roman win for sure. Oh, that's a cool picture. He's got this picture of Keanu Reeves when he's playing Ted. What if Reigns turns heel at WrestleMania? Whoa. So, Again, thank you all for watching this. I'm Zakk from the YoPro Gaming Review Channel, and I will see you all tonight after WrestleMania 32. Today is the day, people. Oh my goodness, I'm not even going to talk about that. So again, thank you all for tonight. Today. I'm so confused. I'm not used to this whole live thing. I'll see you guys later. Talk to y'all later.